Okay, everybody, we're going to do a little football break-in video with the new Omega. This is the one I just got from Wilson. I'm going to use a Wilson brush like I just showed on screen there, and just do a little review here of the dimpling and the wax and tack that the ball has before we do the brushing. It's on every panel, like I said in the review, and some parts you can really see that there's been some added tack and wax to the paneling. It's a little bit shiny, it's white. And I think my favorite thing about these balls, any Wilson ball really, is it is not evenly distributed. It really shows you that it's a unique product. And the Wilson brush itself here in Canada is about $30. Comes with the tack bar. Yeah, those sort of not quite too abrasive bristles on the brush do a good job rubbing things in without scratching the ball or damaging the ball. I've used this on a million balls at this point, as you can tell. Has a nice ridge here for comfort. Though by the time you get through 20 minutes of brushing, nothing is going to feel that comfortable. So we just do round patterns on each panel, and you can do it up and down or on the round side or whatever you like in terms of your brush strokes. But very simple. I'm not brushing that hard here. I'm just demonstrating the technique. Some people like to do each panel in thirds. So as I'm doing here, kind of up and down, then break it into the middle third, and then the third third, I guess, depending on which side you're starting on, which side you're finishing on. Other people like to go vertically in thirds. So you would do one seam all the way up and down, the middle all the way up and down, and then the other seam all the way up and down to brush stuff in. Personally, I've done all three, and it kind of helps to keep you from fatiguing if you do it all three different ways, or a few other different ways if you like. Use your other hand or whatever. And, what we see here is, I think, a slow kind of working in of the different colors and textures that you see on the ball. And when I'm finished with the brushing, I'll, of course, show you the difference between when the ball started and where the ball ended up, just using the other panels. So this is a long process. Wilson says on the website for this ball, you just have to do a little bit of brushing, but I personally am like hyper fixated on the feel of the ball. As I mentioned in the video, I really thought this ball felt premium out of the box. I'm confident it's going to break in well. I'm recording the voiceover actually after I've done about a half an hour worth of brushing. Just played a game of NCAA football, and while I was on defense, I was letting the computer rip the defensive possessions while I was doing the brushing just on the couch. The Wilson website says just a little bit of brushing is needed. I did a lot, as I just mentioned, and I think that the more you do, the better this ball will feel, is my suspicion. This ball feels quite a bit better than the other one that I got. So again, I'm fairly confident that there was just something up with that ball. But the one that I was shipped from Wilson really is outstanding. And you can already start to kind of feel the stickiness changing in the ball. The texture of the dimpling is changing, and I gotta say, it was around this point where I realized I was gonna be pretty happy with the outcome here. So that's another thing that'll keep you brushing if you're somebody who has a shorter attention span or doesn't have that much time and doesn't want to do this. The number of places in my house that I've brushed a ball, I'll tell you, I am not proud. But I am always happy with the outcome. So we'll just let this ride for a bit, and we'll come back when we review the progress. So after about half an hour, like I mentioned, you can really see that the ball on the panel that I've been brushing has darkened up quite a bit. The pebbling looks just so good. Most of the imperfections in color, let's say from the tack and wax, have been smooth, brushed away. And if you compare to the other panel, clearly a big difference in color between the ones I haven't brushed and the one that I did brush, which is what you want to see. Gives you an indicator of progress and lets you know sort of what it takes to get a ball down to a certain level of color. I really like the way this feels. It's very soft, as Wilson said, and they're not kidding when they say it comes 50, 60% of the way broken in. So definitely worth your time. Grab a tack brush if you don't have one, and happy throwing.